already know which characters will appear in Super Mario 2. Will Princess Peach's parents appear in the sequel? Have you ever wondered why Luma was so morbid and so happy at the same time? Super Mario is breaking records behind box office records. And since the genre liked the movies, at least when it comes to the audience, the critics... forgive me. Many questions have come up on the internet about open-ended questions in Super Mario the movie, but no reprimands, because we're here today to tell you everything we found out about the next Mario movie and all the news you can paint in the next production. Let's answer the 10 questions that Mario fans want to know. Even without a confirmed sequel, it is obvious that there will be a Super Mario 2. And maybe even more. Many fans are believing that at least one Donkey Kong movie and one Princess Peach movie may be coming soon. Let's cross our fingers. There are even rumors, I repeat, rumors, that the gorilla movie that became a friend of Super Mario would already be in the process of development. Will the wrap of DK2 happen? Please do it, Nintendo! But when it comes to the next Mario movie, a lot of questions were left in the air, and you know, questions exist to be answered. And we did an investigation and discovered a lot of things and theories that can paint in Super Mario Bros. 2. Plant a banana and relax, that there comes quality video. Why does Luma speak of death so happily? One of the supporting characters that caught the most attention in Super Mario movie, no doubt, was that Luma, with a sweet voice and cute face. But at the same time, with his words sucked all kinds of hope from the heart of those around. But after all, why did Luma have this difference between his cute features and his depraved behavior? You may not know yet. But the Lumas first appeared in the game Super Mario Galaxy in 2007. In the story, they are star-like creatures, but very similar to droplets too. Although they are mostly yellow, some, like our little friend from the movie, can be of other colors. They are friends of Rosalina, keep that name, because it has a very cool theory involving her and the next Mario Bros. Movie. But after all, because she was kind of a bully, the stars have a very long life. That, living hundreds of years, can make them lose some sanity. This would be a possibility that would explain a bit of the semi-madness of the magic stars. Another point is that the Lumas basically spend their lives wandering the universe, looking for their missing mother. And that's probably how Bowser captured that Luma, who must have been lost after wandering and ended up in a place where Bowser was. So for looking so much for her mother and not finding her, she may have been hopeless. The little problem. It makes me want to squeeze her. So cute it is. In fact, the Rosalina we talked about above tells stories for them to sleep every night and is therefore a good mother for them. But it was certainly a very funny idea to put that Lumazinha in prison with Luigi. It was very funny. Why didn't Yoshi show up? If you watched Super Mario at the cinema and you weren't too rushed to leave, you certainly saw Yoshi's egg hatching at the end. This means that, in addition to the film having a continuation, the friendly dinosaur will certainly be part of the, in quotes, cast of the next production. Now, many wondered why he did not appear in this first movie. There is even a moment there appears several colorful dinosaurs running, and many believed that at some point Yoshi would participate in the adventures. But we have to remember that Yoshi is one of the most frequent and beloved characters in the Mario franchise, including in one of Mario's cartoons, Super Mario World. Adventures of Mario and Yoshi in 1992. He was one of the main characters of the cartoon. This Mario movie had many important characters, and there was the risk the great friend of Mario and Luigi end up not being well developed and end up losing the importance he can have in the second movie. Who knows does not paint even the island of Yoshi and Baby Mario and Baby Luigi in the continuation of the franchise? 3. Will Princess Daisy and Rosalina appear in the next film? If there is a category that has a presence in Mario games, this is princesses. I think it only loses to the Adventure Time, cause there were kingdoms and more kingdoms. But Super Mario has some princesses besides the heroic and fearless Peach. For example, Princess Daisy, who did not appear in the film, is considered Peach's best friend in the games. She's known as the Princess of Daisies, and her appearance, especially the color of her hair, closely resembles some versions of Peach in the older games. Yes, she's very close to Luigi in the games. Will you date around? Rosalina, as we speak, is the adoptive mother of Loomis, and over time taking care of the stars. Her magical heart awakened and she became Princess Rosalinda. She's responsible for watching and protecting the cosmos, a great responsibility. And if I had a bet, I would say for sure she will be in the next Mario movie. There's even a nice theory that says that there may be a kinship between Princess Rosalinda and Princess Peach. So we believe and hope that the two princes participate in the next Super Mario movie. Why did Peach's parent abandon her? As we could see in the movie, Princess Peach arrived at the Mushroom Kingdom, while still little pacifier through a portal very similar to what took Mario and Luigi. Soon she won't remember exactly where she came from and who her parents were. So we can say that her parents actually abandoned her. Maybe they've been looking for her all these years, that she's grown up to be the monarch of the Mushroom Heads. But who are Peach's parents after all? The movie has no clue or information about it, but we have a very good theory about Peach's origin and who her mother is. But if I were to take a guess, I would say that in the next movie we will surely have this mystery unrevealed. Tell us if you think Peach's parents will appear in the second Super Mario movie. We want to know your opinion. Why was Mario's father not proud of him? Right at the beginning of the movie, we see the Mario family gathered to be able to have dinner together. We can see Mario's grandfather, uncle, mother and father, and two more characters that we cannot say for sure, but we believe that is the cousin of Mario and Luigi and his wife, as well as the daughter of the two. And at some point, we can see that Mario's father says that if Luigi keeps following Mario, he won't go anywhere. That's because Mario and Luigi left the construction company they worked for to open their own business with plumbers. But we can notice that at the end of the movie, he seems very proud of the two children. Toadsworth was there the whole time? We know that in the movie the parents of Princess Peach are not mentioned, but in other media is not much different, since the father and mother of the princess are rarely mentioned or shown. For this reason, some other figures take on the role of advising and caring for Princess Peach. One of the best known is Toadsworth. He's an older and experienced mushroom, who's a royal butler and accompanies the princess, being at her side in many moments. But if he's always with her, where was he during the movie? In a certain scene, when the mushrooms are in the Great Hall, we can see that one of them specifically wears glasses, and for a moment we can get the impression that it was Toadsworth. But when we stopped the scene, it became clearer that it was a toad who simply needed glasses, probably not to happen when driving. Will Wario and Waluigi appear? If you're not familiar, Wario is Mario's old friend and rival. He first appeared in the game Super Mario Land 2, but see that he's not an arch enemy of Mario, but rival, always trying to overcome him. Bowser is already in that position after all. Waluigi was kind of created to be Wario's partner, just like Luigi is Mario's. As not always, or almost always, Nintendo ends up generating mismatched information. It is not clear if they're brothers or cousins, but surely they will appear in the next Mario movie, to be a duo that will at least disturb. But maybe in the course of the movie, they do not start to help Mario and Luigi, as happens in some games. Is not it? Will the Koopalings rescue Bowser in the next movie? For a long time it was thought that the 7 Koopalings would be Bowser's children, but in fact they served him as their generals. They were the level Bowser who had to be defeated in the games like Super Mario Bros. 3. And each of them is inspired by a different artist, including one of them being inspired by the great musician Beethoven, who is called Ludwig von Kopa. Even the scene in which Bowser is playing and singing passionately for Princess Peach even gave a hint of him at the time. It is a clear reference to his Koopaling, who is a fan of classical music. And the best instrument for classical music is the piano. I can smell Koopalings in the next few movies. And what better way for them to show up than to rescue your daddy, who's in that situation? And Bowser Jr.? Is he born yet? In fact, Bowser Jr. is the legitimate son of Mario's greatest villain. And this one doesn't even need to take DNA, because it's obvious that he has the fangs and the wickedness of Dad. Isn't he, son? But surely he's not yet burned, because if his egg, yes, we are sure that he came from an egg, had already hatched, surely he would be supporting his father. Another interesting thing is that the mother of Bowser Jr. isn't known so far. So many think Bowser used magic to create the egg his son was burned from, which would make a lot of sense. And in case he's rescued by his Koopalings, I believe that having a child next to him would help a lot to achieve. Not to mention kidnap. Princess Peach? Is not it? Will the next Mario movie have Donkey Kong? As we can tell, the story between Mario and Donkey Kong is very old. In fact, the two were released in the same game in 1981, Arcade Donkey Kong. Mario was the hero trying to save Pauline, who was the damsel in distress, while the crazy gorilla threw barrels to stop. And we see that kind of this rivalry still remains, at least in the first meeting of the film, since Mario needs and manages to defeat the gorilla. But first he got a lot, who ends up becoming his friend and going even to New York in the final scenes. But Donkey Kong has a games franchise to call its own. And, as rumored, a movie with the gorilla as the main character is already in development. So, the right question would be, will Mario appear in the Donkey Kong movie? It would be really cool if that happened. If you have any more questions you'd like answered in the next Mario movie, please comment below. Maybe you have some theory about it. And if you also have a theory account for us to know, we are very curious. So, see you next time. Bye!